It's just three jobbers. I love Max. I love Moose. Yo, what's up, everybody?
I love wrestling.
Yeah, I love wrestling. This is Dirty Kev here. I'm here with my boys, Max, I'm a Little Bitch Zwak, and Moose Abdallah. What's up, boys?
What's up? How are you doing, Kev?
I'm sorry, I'm kidding. Max is not a little bitch.
I'm still recovering from my nightmares from the Wyatt family swamp match.
Oh my goodness. Yes, last night we are doing a special review of Extreme Rules. Oh my gosh, 2020. What a year.
No, it's horror show at
Extreme Rules.
Come on.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, it was an interesting show to say the least.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it definitely had some really good points, I would say. It's definitely hasn't been the worst pay-per-view I've seen in the year. But, you know, it's it also, you know, again with WWE, which is part of its characteristic is, you know, there's more to be left to be desired, you know, for. What do you guys think?
More. Yeah, I think it was like there's some good wrestling on the show, but there was just a lot to be desired, like specifically like with some finishes or with some things that they did. Like there's 2 stand-up matches, and then the rest just were a little bit forgettable. Some weird things going on. But there was some high points. I mean, it's not like it was terrible. It wasn't a bad pay-per-view overall. I thought it was maybe slightly above average. I don't know. It's just so weird to look at pay-per-views right now because they're doing so many interesting things. But then sometimes when they have such an obvious thing, they just kind of do something. So I'm thinking Sasha Banks versus Asuka. I don't know. Maybe we just want to start there.
Yeah,
that's the most kind of polarized. That was like the most polarizing thing for me because like coming out of the night, that's hands down for me best match of the night, best wrestling match. However, I kind of hated the ending of it with Bayley getting the pin because now I just have a feeling tonight they're going to take it back and give it to Asuka while having Sasha take the win from last night. Like they wanted to give Sasha for one day.
Well, Sasha didn't technically win the title.
I know
that's that it's Asuka's still the champion.
Technically, yeah. Like technically, if you want to get technical, wouldn't the match have ended by DQ by Asuka? Sasha Banks win by DQ because Asuka attacked the ref officially.
But you can't change the title by DQ.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So like, it was just. I don't hate the accidentally hitting the ref with the mist. Yeah. I hated that Bayley put on the ref's thing and acted like it was a legit finish to the match.
And then she bumped her way. She just goes up to the ring bell person and just, takes the title.
Yeah, I just it was for just such an amazing match. I just didn't love that. I thought the finish was just too wonky. And I think that could have been done well if they do the missed spot to the ref, have Bayley attack Asuka, and then the ref comes back alive and then does the count. I think that makes more sense to me officially. Make it an official win for Sasha. I think because Sasha's so hot right now, both her and Bayley, it's the right move. But now they're gonna take it from her tonight probably, and they're gonna do something else. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe it leads to some all-title match at SummerSlam versus the Kooky Warriors. Who knows? But.
Yeah, and the thing is that here's a good point too with that, Max, is that, you know, again, I'd say they're 2 of the hottest right now in all of wrestling. And I honestly was, you know, I was doing
women, absolutely.
Huh? I'd say right now they're up there. You could say it's them, Randy Orton, anybody in all of wrestling right now. I mean, you know, when everyone used to complain about how they were seeing Charlotte too much. Whatever. You know, they're saying that Charlotte was seeing too much. We're seeing Bayley and Sasha even more, and none of us are complaining. So I don't know. Moose, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with both you guys. I think the way the end of the match I don't agree with, and I think what like Max said with the ref coming back alive and finishing it that way, I think that would have been way better. But I think what they're trying to do with Bayley putting on the ref thing and taking the 1, 2, 3. I think what's going to happen is they're going to take it from her tonight on Raw, and then that's going to piss Sasha off, and then that's when this whole Bayley-Sasha relationship is going to start to crumble right here. Yeah. This is the beginning.
That's a great point. They could. I think because we talked about this, how I thought they're going to do this match at SummerSlam, Sasha versus Bayley, but this kind of threw a wrench in that. But now that's a good point that Sasha losing this and having technically maybe Bayley being responsible for it.
That is kind of huge. Holy cow.
That could be a big catalyst for Sasha turning face on Bayley, which is interesting. I don't know if I'm for sure ready for them to split, but I know that they can put on an amazing match from their 2 matches in NXT. I mean, their match at Brooklyn was one of my favorite matches in the last 7 years in wrestling. So,
if that doesn't happen, though, let's say that doesn't happen. Let's say they keep pushing this out.
It's very possible.
Who is Bayley who is Bayley facing at WrestleMania or at SummerSlam? Who is Asuka facing at SummerSlam right now? Is that a rematch? Is that a rematch? So, I mean, if you can't think of anything, it might be the only thing that they feel like they can do.
For Bayley, if it's not Sasha, I am not surprised if Naomi gets it because she's been getting a lot of support right now on Twitter. There's like the hashtag like Naomi, get Naomi what she deserves or something like that. I don't know if it's
deserves better. Naomi
deserves better. That's what it was. Okay, sorry, I kind of had the words jumbled in my head.
You're fine.
And there's a lot of people supporting that. There's the video of her from the Royal Rumble, which has millions of views on Twitter. So I think she's definitely deserving of a push. We know Naomi can wrestle, and she's had a few pushes here and there. Yeah. I think that could be a potential good match because she's a great face too. I mean, that's a potential match for SmackDown. Sasha could go against Asuka. I'm not sure that. Then what are they going to do? They're going to defend the tag team. There's a lot of moving parts. That's just kind of.
I think it'd be if Bayley and Sasha still are friends after all this. I think it's going to be a rematch, Sasha and Asuka for the Raw Women's title at SummerSlam. I think that makes more sense to me than anything, just because like the way the match ended, Sasha was predominantly, winning that match at that point, So I don't know.
Yeah.
Other than the green mist.
Very possible. I think maybe and then maybe they do some kind of I would even say. Give it a stipulation match. Give it a Hell in a Cell match or something between.
That way Bayley can't get in.
Exactly. So it's just 1-on-1, and they can do an actual finish. Maybe they give it to Sasha. Maybe Asuka retains. There's just also the lingering question mark of Kairi Sane here because Kairi asked if Asuka retains here on Sunday, which technically we think she did. Then Kairi Sane asked for an opportunity at SummerSlam to wrestle 1-on-1 as friends. For Kairi Sane's possible last match.
Okay, but has Kairi Sane deserved that? They got to start pushing her now.
Absolutely.
She's losing to everybody. No, guys,
she's talented.
Look at the record there. She's losing to everyone.
Yeah, she's talented, but I don't think she really deserves a championship match because she was hurt and then she just came back a couple weeks ago. Right?
But has she been winning?
Talented women's wrestlers as well. Also,
it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Has she been winning? No,
she
doesn't win.
For 2 weeks.
Why would she? And then before that, she wasn't winning. She was the one getting beat up. Remember, she was the one who would be losing, like to Shayna. She was the one getting her ass kicked by
Shayna. Shayna's back. We can't forget about her.
Shayna. Okay, that is a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. We'll have to see what happens with Shayna to that. But you know what? I think we all can agree with it. It's really. I mean, would we all agree that we don't want them, or would you guys want them to have the match at SummerSlam between Bayley and Sasha?
I'm fine either way. I don't care if they.
It's all how it plays out. I think they could play out and be amazing. It could play out and feel rushed. I mean, it depends how much time they give it. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely I'm interested to see where it goes. That's basically it.
I got you. Yeah, I would agree. I could see it at SummerSlam. I wouldn't want to. I think it'd be cool if they did keep pushing because I like what they're currently doing. Keep wanting. I want them to. Make me want more, I guess. So we can move on to another segment. I'd say that besides that, I mean, I'd say let's wait on the Swan match. We could just talk about, if anything, Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler, which I think we all kind of agree. We weren't too nervous about Drew. I think almost everyone in the progressive
But man, it just shows that. But it just
the question wasn't.
What I was going to say is, man, it just shows that Dolph can still go, and I think WWE needs to realize that, and I think he needs to keep getting pushed more and more because I really enjoyed his match. He's just a great seller. He's just a great wrestler. I don't know. I just think WWE doesn't really see value in him as much as they used to, which sucks. But
he must have pissed somebody off backstage at one point. I think it was I don't know what the truth is. From what I've read online, it seems like I think he pissed Triple H off, I think, or something. Or like he did, like somebody backstage just doesn't like him as much. I think it might be Triple H. I'm not sure, because I remember Dolph would always wanted to steal a show when people were like, "It's not your night to steal the show," chill out a little bit, things like that. I don't know. Cool. Okay. So yeah, I mean, what about you, Max? What did you think?
I think that is really close to Sasha and Asuka as the match of the night. I would put it second. Yeah. Even though the finish was the best finish of the night, it was awesome with the kip up and leading into the Claymore kick was an awesome finish, and a really just overall was some great action. I mean, the good smart stipulation. I'd say
I thought so too.
Dolph.
And
it led to some good Extreme Rules moments. I mean, there was the famouser off of the table, which was really cool. There was the big elbow drop through the table, a lot of cool chair shots. The chair shots looked pretty gnarly. I mean, he was really smacking Drew with the chairs.
Yeah, I thought so too. I noticed as well. And then he also hit him in the shoulder, which was kind of cool to see.
Yeah, there was the shoulder spot that kind of made it look like he was hitting him in the head, which was really cool. I mean, he protected Drew, obviously, but – excuse me. This was really entertaining. Just what Drew's been doing as champion. He's been putting on good matches, and I think he's ready for Randy Orton. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. We're gonna see. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be pretty brutal. We'll really have to see if this is what they're going for SummerSlam. We'll have to really see what's happening tonight on Monday Night Raw with the Big Show.
I think tonight he's gonna kill the Big Show.
Can I say something?
Take his eyes out. Sorry, keep going. Yeah.
I was going to say that I think one of the matches of the night for me, second match besides Sasha and Bayley, other than the cheesy stipulation finish, was Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio. That match was a great match all the way up until the end.
Yeah, we can do that.
So, like I said, it was a great match all the way up until the end, minus the cheesy finish. Like, it was a great storyline match with, like, Rey hitting the curb stomp on Seth Rollins. So where do you think they go with this? Like, this whole losing an eye thing, do you think?
I do want to point something out before we go into this. I do think it is kind of like, eye-catching to see that we are moving already on from a WWE title match, just because that's just that should usually, in the back in the day, that would be the most important thing you would want to talk about. And I feel like, I guess the universe, okay, maybe I'm just being a little bit of a negative narcissist right now or something, but it is kind of showing to see, okay, we're moving on from what should have been maybe the one or two best match of the night already to this match. So just give you an idea of truly what that match was like. But yeah, sorry. What were you saying again, Moose?
In my opinion, it was wrestling-wise, besides the end of the match with the whole eye getting taken out, that was a really great match for me. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, there's a lot of good spots. Yeah. Like I said, with Rey hitting the curb stomp.
That was sick. You're right. Yeah. Rey, and then I like when Rey did the where he slid out and he did it was a not a Hurricane Rana. Well, it was like he slid out and did like a power bomb.
Yeah, it was like I forget what the term is, but yeah, where he
a slide out powerbomb maybe?
Yeah, he slides over him and then like grabs him by the waist and powerbombs him onto the outside of the ring. Yeah. Yeah, that was a really cool spot. Like, I agree, like this match was very well done technically. Yeah. But
I think they should have done an Extreme Rules match. I think that would have worked perfectly.
It would have. Right, and the stipulation just really ruined it for me. Like, I will never watch this match again. I have no inkling.
Which sucks because it was a good match.
It was well wrestled. It was actually with a terrible
really well
stipulation.
Wrestled, yeah.
I just, the whole time, he's going for the eyeball, and the commentators keep talking about the eye. I just found it
What was Joe's line? What was Joe's line last night?
That was the best line, yeah. At the very end, he looks at Rey Mysterio and he goes,
right before he rings. Yeah, right
super monotone. He just goes, "It's out." I did appreciate that line.
Out, move on. And then Seth just starts throwing up.
Yes, Seth was throwing up.
And then Byron's like shook for 2 hours after.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Byron couldn't do anything the rest of the night. He barely talked. He just
that was so funny.
But I don't know if you guys caught it though, that when they did the Charlie Caruso backstage talk, they're saying that he'll still be able to see.
He might be able to see.
It was connected, like the. Oh my God.
I hope WWE learns from this. I think WWE will learn from this. Like they'll see the reviews on this match and be like, yeah, that was so like that was something a second grader would enjoy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not.
But I will say
this.
I will. 1 second. I gotta go let my landlord in. 1 sec.
Yeah, we can just kind of continue the conversation. Just,
but
even though like they did the finish, I couldn't even. You can't even like believably say that what he did could pop an eyeball out. Do you really think putting it into the corner of an eye? How is that going to go in and scratch and like pull out an eye?
It'll mess your eye up, but
it'll fuck your eye up, but it's not going to pull it out.
Pop it out, yeah. You need to physically grab it and like.
Exactly. You need to put like a freaking screwdriver in and like pop it out. Like it just really wasn't overall believable to me, and it just was wonky, and I just hope that they do something different soon because
I think that ends
the character. Yeah, I mean maybe Dominic comes back. Here's what they need to do. Seth needs to be in a legit feud like it was with Kevin Owens. This Rey Mysterio stuff just got too wonky. Aleister Black needs to do something by himself and
instead of defending the faith of Rey Mysterio.
Aleister Black needs to get out of this and do something.
Leave Humberto. Like I know Humberto's been gone.
Humberto died. He got curb stomped onto the steel.
And then Humberto Carrillo and Rey Mysterio go to AEW in the tag team division.
About that one.
He's perfect for straight up just tag team wrestling, no storyline.
I think I heard Humberto signed like a contract. I think that's partially like he's a young.
He's a young guy with a good face. They're gonna try to keep him for a while. See what
yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah. So before we kind of get into the main event, so kind of some quick hitters. New tag team champions on SmackDown.
Can I make a point quick before what I thought of the eye for an eye match?
Oh sure, yeah. Sorry, I thought you already did.
I just think that with that match, it was a fine match. Great, everything that Moose pointed out. I'm glad that you took the reins with this one, just because you did point everything out that I essentially, thought of too. It was a longer match. It was a decent. Do we agree that Rey Mysterio is probably written off by this? Is this the end of Rey Mysterio in WWE?
I bet he's on WWE for a couple more weeks, like just like talking and stuff. I don't really.
You think so? You think he's gonna return with an eye gone?
No.
How do you return with an eye gone and explain that?
I think he might be done. I think I mean, from what I know, he's been working on a handshake agreement for a little while now.
Yeah.
If I'm understanding it correct from what I've read, it's very possible he's done.
If he's done, that's the stupidest way for him to leave, and that kind of pisses me off.
That's a Vince, dude. Moose, get ready for more of that because that's it's dumb. You remember Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, true.
And like the reasoning, which we talked about, the reasoning which we talked about last week after Raw was that Vince thinks if Ray loses his eye in this match, that then theoretically he goes to AEW, he'll be devalued because he just lost an eyeball in WWE. Pretty absurd way to think about things, honestly, for Vince.
You're pissing Moose off right now. I love this.
I'm just saying, this is what I've read. This is what happened.
Moose doesn't understand it yet. Yeah, Moose doesn't understand that.
Vince is the stupidest, smartest person in the world. He's so smart but so stupid at the same time.
I can't argue with you.
Hey, double down on that one.
He's done a lot of stupid things. I mean, he's also created the biggest wrestling conglomerate in the world. So like,
yeah. I could go on forever about Ricochet right now and how he needs to be.
We already did.
We just need to make a podcast about all Vince's stupid stuff and send it to him. Be like, hey.
Yeah. He watches.
He would listen to us, I'm sure.
Yeah. Then okay. Other than that, you want to do some quick hitters?
Yeah. So before we get into the main event, tag team tables match. Cesaro and Shinsuke are the new SmackDown tag team champions.
Yep.
Super surprising.
Yeah, I was surprising, but I kind of predicted it just because tables matches is a way easily to change titles without a pin. Mm-hmm. I thought the ending was very cool to it, put him through the two tables.
Shout out to Cesaro. This is his 7th tag team championship reign.
Yeah.
Four different guys. He's been with Tyson Kidd, Sheamus, Jack Swagger, and now
it's
Shinsuke.
8.
No, he did.
Well, he had 5 reigns with Sheamus. He had one with Tyson Kidd. That's 6. This is 7, and then who is?
Did he not with Jack Swagger? I thought he did with Jack Swagger.
He might not have with Jack Swagger, but I don't know. If he did, then it's 8 because
this is his 7th. This is his 7th.
Okay, then I think it'd be.
Do you think this is just kind of a place holding tag team champs, or do you think they're gonna hold it for a while? 'Cause, I mean, they're both great wrestlers, but I don't know. New Day was kind of.
I bet New Day wins it, and probably not now. I don't know, man. This could. The guy in me who loves the New Day wants to keep the New Day together. I would love if they got, Big E somehow got a little bit of a push. That'd be, I think, if you're going to do a singles push, you got to start doing it now. And his popularity is the highest it is right now. Maybe they start leading onto it slowly or something. I would love if they start doing a slow burn starting this Friday, personally. But, Sorry, keep going with the quick bits, though.
I think Big E definitely deserves it. I think it looks like Fiend versus Braun could be the direction for SummerSlam.
Yep.
Why don't they do Big E versus Goldberg? Maybe give Big E have the win of his career against Goldberg.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
Why?
Goldberg just needs to be done in WWE TV.
Possible, but if he can put over young talent like he did with Braun, why not have Braun and Drew and all these guys be put over by Goldberg? Why at this point in his career?
Yeah, but why do you want to be put over by a dude that's 55 or whatever he is?
He is still Goldberg.
Because he's a Hall of Famer.
He shows up. You essentially, when you put on a list of accomplishments, you put beat Goldberg. That's a huge deal. I'd say.
Yeah, but
same thing as Undertaker in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns beating him at WrestleMania. Stuff like that. Okay. Also, we talked about Bayley already, but Bayley did defend against Nikki Cross. Solid match. Ending wasn't really in question.
Mm-hmm.
And then Apollo Crews still off television, and MVP claims the United States Championship by forfeit.
That's a beautiful title. My God,
interesting there.
Point that out.
It is
That's
a beautiful title.
That might be the best looking title right now.
Sorry, Moose.
I could see them not this Monday Night Raw, but I bet maybe in a couple Monday Night Raws before SummerSlam they have a 20-minute match for the U.S. title. I don't think you really see that match being.
I don't see MVP doing a 20-minute match.
He could, but it's just Goldberg's not having 20-minute matches.
20-minute match either.
He's having 5 or 8-minute matches.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's interesting. I have a feeling Apollo could possibly be with the coronavirus right now.
I think so. I've heard that too, yeah.
He's been off for a few weeks, so let's just hope he gets better and hope he gets back to health and can come back on television.
He's on the run of his career right now. It's
he was.
Cool to see.
We don't know if he's actually lost the title because there's the 2 title situation where there's the new one. MVP's just claiming it. So
I'll commend WWE for this U.S. title kind of little feud, that kind of thing they're doing with everything going on. I've actually Apollo Crews MVP's been good. Apollo Crews has been solid. Bobby Lashley's been solid. I am not happy about Ricochet and Cedric Alexander getting their ass handed to them every week. That's for another day, another story, But sorry, Max, keep going.
Absolutely. So that was basically it. I mean, I think so. We've talked about Seth versus Ray. We've talked about the women's
KO defeated Buddy Murphy.
KO defeated Buddy Murphy. Really beautiful moonsault he did. Good match there in the pre-show.
Yeah.
And that was basically it. So heading into the main event cinematic match, the Wyatt family swamp match, Braun Strowman versus the old Bray Wyatt. All right, so there's probably a decent amount of stuff we can get into here, and I'll kind of
I'd say this match is probably the most polarizing when it comes to the internet. I'd say this is the most polarizing match on there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see people really hating on it, but people are they're just not fully in on it, and I am also kind of middling where there's a lot of stuff I enjoyed, and like I loved Alexa Bliss showing up and having kind of that little twist where Braun and Alexa used to have a will they or won't they little thing a few years ago. And Bray Wyatt obviously had a pretty cool kind of monologue when he had Braun all, chained up. And I like Wyatt family Braun coming up to beat up regular Braun, which was absurd, but it was kind of the same absurd things that are interesting about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
And obviously the big moment with the Fiend returning to kill Braun Strowman, drown him in the swamp. I'm not exactly sure. It was very cool to see the Fiend back. Honestly, I just didn't think there was not enough action that was interesting compared to a Boneyard match.
Point.
It was just
the action I said was just Braun beating up those 2 disciples or whatever they are of
and then
Bray.
A little bit of back and forth on the dock and in the water.
definitely more of a story-driven match. Yeah.
And I thought and I don't have a problem with that because same thing as John Cena versus Bray at WrestleMania in the Firefly Funhouse match. I loved that. I thought it was fantastic. But I thought that if they're going to go that route, they have to really go with it and not just semi-go with it in this, which was like, it was fine for what it was. I just thought they maybe needed to blend and do some more interesting action with the whole thing. It was also just a lot of quick edits.
Akin to, like, would you say akin to what, like, the match that the Wyatt family had against, was it the Hardys? No, Team Extreme? Which was the one where they had it where they're outside and Braun literally went through, like, glass of a window, like it was, when was it? Was that the Dudleys?
I remember this, but I don't. I'm blanking. But
do you remember it though? What I'm talking about?
Yeah,
they had the first cinematic match.
Yeah, I have this memory in my head, but I don't remember what it was.
See, here I got to look it up then. Yeah.
Yeah. I just like what they did well, like the horror elements of it. It was very creepy. There's a lot of cool visuals throughout it, but that's really not. It's not really a match, but I also think overall I was entertained. I'd give it overall a thumbs up, but I'm not giving it a big thumbs up like Firefly Funhouse or Boneyard match.
Mm-hmm.
Moose, do you have any thoughts?
I agree with you. I think like you guys said, it was more storyline based, and I enjoyed it because I really didn't watch wrestling that much when it was that Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family. I mean, I still knew who they were, but because I watched every once in a while, but I wasn't into the storylines at all. So it was anxious. It was cool to see Bray as that character, and I think that's my favorite Bray is the Wyatt family Bray.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just the way he talks. Just the way he talks.
You like him better than what he's doing now? I think what he's doing now is amazing.
I think right now is the best Bray we've ever seen.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's really cool. But it's the beginning of what
I did. I really enjoyed it too. But
anyway, like I was saying, I really think that it protected both guys in a sense because there wasn't that much action, and really the only thing was big was when the Fiend came back and had him in the claw or whatever he calls it, and so I think that just protects both guys. That way they can have a SummerSlam match that doesn't say, "Oh, we 100% think Fiend's going to win," or "We think 100% Bray's going to win." You know what I mean? It kind of brings it so it's in the middle. And that's at least the way I think about it. It kind of makes it seem like both guys have a chance of winning, and it kind of just feels, I don't know, kind of organically better to me. But
sure, no, I get that. I think we're pretty much on the same terms with the match.
Yeah.
I think I'm most excited just to see Fiend versus Braun finally.
So you think Fiend wins?
I do. I think Fiend wins. Yeah.
I think Fiend wins.
I think
Fiend wins,
too.
And then hopefully this all can be over, and Roman Reigns will come back and beat the shit out of Fiend and be the new champ at WrestleMania or somewhere. Royal Rumble.
It's wild to think that there might only just be two champions this year. Just considering I guess it's better for the lineage of the title, but man, sometimes I think WWE should be trying to build other new stars and maybe just, I don't know. I wish the title, I do.
There's already been 3.
Who?
Seth Rollins, Fiend.
No. We're talking about Universal, right?
Only Universal. Yeah.
There was Fiend. Was last year Fiend, Goldberg, and Braun.
Sorry, what I mean is, what about, I'm trying to say, I'd say more titles that are defended. I just think that Goldberg was such a fucking waste. I just think that should have gone to somebody else.
But people get over, but it's Goldberg. Beat Goldberg.
No, what we're saying is the reign itself, the reign itself, I wish didn't happen. It's still a huge thing. He didn't need it. That's why he didn't need the title. He's already in a league of himself, I feel like.
I get what you're saying.
I wish that there was more, I feel like there hasn't been many different SmackDown champions this last year. But that's just me, whatever. I guess you're right. That's a good point. I just think of The Fiend when he first debuted was more raw. I guess he was, I don't know. You're right.
I don't know. I like the Fiend. Like you said, I do agree. I think the Fiend was better when he was going after Seth Rollins. That's the best.
No,
Fiend.
I don't think. I'm not saying he's not. I think he's really good right now. Truthfully, I think everything he does as like this new Bray Wyatt has been phenomenal. I'm glad that we have a little break from this. Truthfully, I mean, or we had a good little break. I'm excited to see the Bray Wyatt back as this guy. We'll see what he is with like the Funhouse, and if the Funhouse changes or what this character will be. But Bray Wyatt is just much watch. He's amazing. He's phenomenal. He is one of the best in WWE. I'd say he's a top 3 guy right now.
100%.
Like, and how important he is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And so the Fiend, I love the Fiend. I love what the Fiend is doing as a character. I love how crazy he is. I love that Bray Wyatt fully looks like he's the Fiend now. Like, I just think I'm pumped for this match, man. This is gonna be a great match, and if he wins that SummerSlam, I'm happy with him with the title.
It's not gonna be a cinematic match, though. Correct? It's gonna be a straight up wrestling match, right?
Yeah. What do you know anything?
I hope so. They haven't. I mean, it's not been announced, and there's nothing been rumored. So
if it's a cinematic match, I don't think I'm gonna be kind of mad.
I don't think they would do that with the actual championship match. I think that it was really smart for WWE kind of to take the last 3 or 4 months since WrestleMania to put the pump brakes a little bit on the Fiend, where it's Bray Wyatt in the Funhouse, and there's Bray Wyatt, Swamp Bray Wyatt, and they build up like everybody where's Fiend. They finally bring him back, and now there's actually some buzz around him again.
Yeah.
Not to overexpose the Fiend. That's just, I think, what's really smart, because at first you want a lot of Fiend. You wanted to build him up like, this is the Fiend. He's amazing. He's awesome. Yeah. Now you can kind of play around with different things, and then when you bring him back, everybody's more excited because you haven't seen the Fiend in 3 months. I think that's really smart, and I think
it's the Undertaker route of things, essentially, what they're doing.
Yeah, and like with Bray Wyatt's character, he can do that. He can do a bunch of different things and then bring back the Fiend, and there's going to be just as much excitement around it. So I think this is what definitely SmackDown needed to get some more excitement on the show with the Fiend coming back, and I'm really excited to see the feud going forward. Yeah,
SmackDown's about to be very, very solid television.
Kevin, you said something last night that was actually really good. You're like, Bray's the new Undertaker, and that's kind of true, I think.
I mean, I think he is, dude, and I think he is like he's that. Not, I'm saying he just fits the hole that the Undertaker has left. Has left since he's been out of full time. I would say having a character like him again, like just like demonic, and I hope they do more of like again. I hope they do this with Aleister Black maybe as well, more with it. It's just those guys are just they're must-watch TV when their characters are just well done. So yeah, this is a really well done with him. And what's nice is that Bray Wyatt's a heel, as the Undertaker was like a face, but Bray Wyatt's a very, very, very good heel. I don't know, he's a very good monster. He's the best kind of monster who you could want.
So what you guys would rate this pay-per-view? What would you guys give this pay-per-view as a grade?
Max, you want to go first?
I would give it 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say I'm around the same 6.5, 7 mark out of 10. Like I said, it was a good pay-per-view, but like there was just some things that kind of set me off. But there was also some great things, so that's why I give it a 7.
Yeah, I would give it a solid 7 as well. Some good matches. No matches as great as what we saw at like the greatest wrestling match of all time at Backlash, whatever. Nothing like that, but still very solid. I was very much sports entertained last night. And you know what? I'm ready to see. I'm ready for the road to SummerSlam. I'm ready for hopefully Raw has some good storylines. I'm really hoping that this road to SummerSlam it really starts to kick up because I think we both can agree. All of us can agree that Raw right now needs a little bit of a push. Whereas SmackDown has been, I think, pretty consistently solid for the most part. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be able to kind of actually hopefully have some light shed on where some directions for Raw going into SummerSlam. So
we'll be able to see what's kind of going on. Yeah, this is a fun time. I'm really excited for this. We got SummerSlam coming up, and we've got on the road to what is it? All Out. All Out, yeah. So
with Fight for the Fall and Fighter Fest behind, they'll be going towards All Out now for the next month and a half, probably.
Yeah, really exciting. Wrestling is about to pick up, baby, ladies and gentlemen. This is right around the time, I always hope and dream that we're going to get some sort of great storyline akin to CM Punk around this time, in 2011. So, exciting times. Thank you all for listening. Everyone, like and subscribe to this video. Subscribe to our channel. And you can find us all on Twitter at J3Jobbers. Max, what's your Twitter handle? Or where can they find you?
Yeah, it's Max_walk.
Perfect. And same with you, Moose.
And then mine is MabDollar20. And then put down in the comments if you would buy merch. We're thinking about creating some merch. So
yeah, mouth-watering merch.
Yeah, let us know about that, and we'll get them sent out.
Hell yeah, man. Awesome, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, and keep listening, keep interacting with us on Twitter. We'll see you guys later. Love you guys, and peace out. Boom.